Hello everybody, welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to show you how to tune and how to change the bottom drum head on a snare drum and also the snare wires. This snare drum is the Tama Rockstar series. This snare released in 1997 and I believe it was released and on the market until 2003. I used to own the 6.5 inch version. This is the 5.5 inch version, and I bought this used, and I believe that this is an excellent snare. So now what I'm going to do is to change the bottom head. As you can see, it has the stock head that came with the snare. This is the Tama drum head from the 90s, and now it's time for a new refreshed head. I've got the Remo snare side ambassador snare drum head. Sorry. Now what I'm going to do, I released the snare wires and I'm going to unscrew the screws here. It's pretty tight, and make sure that everything looks good. I'm going to clean the snare also out. Got the original snare wires that came with this snare. They're not bad, they're actually pretty good, but I bought the Tama Star Classic ones. And now let's detune the bottom snare head. I used two drum keys. These are the Tama, the more expensive drum keys. And I use both drum keys for two reasons. First, is faster, and secondly, it tunes the drum heads better because you tune both sides simultaneously, and the pressure from the hook goes evenly on both sides, so the drum head sits greater and better on the bearing edge of the drum. This drum is, as I can see, pretty damn dirty. I lost my drum key. No worries there. Going to grab it right now. Yes. Actually, the tension rods are smooth as butter, as you can see. And, but whatever the case be, I will use this white lithium grease to lubricate them so that I can have better results. I'm going to also use another product I will show you in just a minute. Now I believe everything is up. No, not this one. A great amount of dust. I believe this thing is ready. It's pretty dirty. I'm going to clean the hoop with a rag. Probably this snare was sitting in a basement for a long time, but there's not much going on here, just a little dust, nothing major. And now I'm going to clean the bearing edge, the dirtiest part that I can see. Also, what I should do, but I won't right now, is to check out if it is leveled, the bearing edge. But as far as I know, these snares were rock solid. That's why they were called Rockstar. Huh? See what I did there? No, I'm just kidding. Bearing edge is pretty clean right now, so that we don't have any problems with the tuning of the snare. There is some dirt inside that I'm going to clean later with my vacuum cleaner. And Yes, the snare is in great shape, as you can see. Just a little dirt and dust, and that's all. So now, I believe everything is good. To use the Remo side drum head. It's a brand new head. This is the reason I'm doing this video. Yes. And as always, I have to align the logo with the logo of the snare drum. That seems pretty nice. And now, let's do the hoop thing. This is the right way to insert the hoop. See the bottom hoops cut out here. So, in order for the snare wires to insert to the strainer and butt plate. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do, as you can see, this snare drum comes with a nylon washer. It's pretty nice, but I'm going to use this Hendrix company used to release this, but now I believe it's down brand. I'm going to use this because I use on all my drums, and I believe that they hold the tuning even better. So I'm going to still use the metal washer here, and then insert the plastic down there. I will do all my tension screws like so. I'm not going to use any other product like I use on my Tama Star Classic kit. I don't see the point. This is going to be my live snare drum, my workhorse, because as you probably don't know, I really like metal snares. I used to own the Tama Star Classic maple snare back in the day, 6.5 inches deep, 14 inches wide. But I sold it. It was a pretty nice snare. It was the also one of the 90s version. It was the quilted maple. You're going to watch the Tama catalogs from that era. You're going to see this one. This snare had golden hardware all around. It was a pretty nice snare, but I sold it, and I don't regret it. Now, white lithium grease. That one ready. Don't need to put much white lithium grease, just a touch, and then into the lug. Going to repeat the same process on all the lugs here. See, I keep telling the phrase bad Larry because Mike Mangini is telling this phrase, and I don't know, it's stuck with me. You Americans, let me know what does this phrase means. Let's continue. This is an 8-lug snare, which I like, to be honest with you. The previous wooden snare that I owned was the Tama Rockstar that came with my previous drum kit. This snare was also an 8-lug snare, and they were pretty good. So now I'm going to finger tight the screws here. As you can see, it really doesn't matter the order of the screwing, right? The old days, everybody says that, so I'm going to say it as well. In the old days, they were going to the fingers. The fingers were getting all greasy, you know. Is that the right way to say it? I believe so. Everybody does. Uh, but this is a feel thing. I feel the tension that the drum head starts to resist, and I check all the lugs, and you should too, because when you screw a lug, tension rod, excuse me, there is even pressure all around, so you have to do it all over again until you feel the total resistance and you can't turn the drum kit anymore. It's right about there. It's a feel thing. You can't make the camera do the work for you. Issues here. Now, what I do? Take two drum keys and do a quarter of a turn on each two legs simultaneously. What? I skip one, do the same thing, and then you probably are going to watch me do more turns like so, because there was tension right here, and this one was pretty high. So now it's the actual tune, right? This one as well. That's right. Now, here, and I'm going to crank the bottom head pretty high, because I like high, and I want the snare response. Finger tight, then now it really doesn't matter the order, because every leg is tuned, and you probably see that I don't even touch the drum head, because I know it is tuned, alright? And I will check it later when I feel that the drum head is pretty cranked. If you don't crank the bottom head, you won't get the snare response. That's all I do. Now let's hear how it sounds. As you can see, there are some spots that the drum head is a little bit lower, right here. And I believe that right now the drum head is in pretty good shape, and I think now it's time for me to insert the snare wires. And then if I don't like the sound, I will adjust it later. So here are the Tama Star Classic snare wires. These are the steel ones. Yes, it says right here, Star Classic steel snare wire. Use this snare wire on many occasions, and I really like the fact that Tama has this fabric, what's it called? I don't know the word, whatever. And they're black, which I like. Now, this is the tricky part, and this is the part that everybody fears, because everyone has their own method. What I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to insert the, what's it called? I'm really stuck right now. The fabric right here on the butt plate, as they call it, and we'll finger tight it, and then I will tell you what I'm going to do. Right now, what you need to do is to align the snare wires with the drum itself. You don't want this side to be further away, this way to the right, or further away to the left. You want it as centered as possible. Otherwise, you're going to have problems. Now, I'm going to insert the straps. That's the word, straps. I found the word, yes. You see, it's pretty early in the morning right now. I'm shooting this video. So, right now there's nothing cosmic about what I did. Just inserted the straps and you could tighten them. Now I have to see what the lever position is right now. You don't want it all the way down and you don't want it all the way up. Just right in the middle, it's pretty fine. Let me check. This is the maximum position, so I will turn it 2 times. Right now, some people they have the snare wires on the on position. As you can see right now, this is the on position. Some have it on the off. I don't think it really matters, because if you have it on the off and you center the snare wires on both sides, then it's going to pull this way. So I'm going to have it something like on and off, and the first thing that I'm going to do is to see that it is aligned. Yes, it is where you want it to be. This is a visual testing, people. And then I'm going to screw the butt plate first, not all the way, but enough. And then I'm going to pull this way, pull right here, and then, as I can see, yes, there is the problem. This side is not perfectly where I wanted it to be, so I'm going to move it a little bit more to the right. And now let's have it right there. Cool. And screw the screws. Alright. Yes. Now, there's not much tension here, and what I'm going to do is to fine-tune the tension right here with the lever. And right now I believe that the snare is pretty damn good, and I will fine-tune it later. Yes. Now I will change the top head with the exact same method, and then I will show you how this snare sounds. So we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, now let's start tuning the top head. I'm going to change this head. This is the Remo Coded Ambassador. It's from the 2000 era. I can say that because the logo is from that era. It's not the bigger logo that these days Remo is using. You know, for the brand back in the day was using smaller logos, and then they suddenly realized that if we use a bigger logo, people can see our brand even better. So I can say that the top portion of this snare is a little bit harder, one screw. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I will do the exact same method. I will try to clean the bearing heads with a rag, and then I will clean the hoop as well. Check out if there are any dents in the bearing heads. Yes, everything is out. So, the big unveiling of what is going on? The head is stuck. Alright? let's get rid of this snare head. I'm cleaning the hook right now with the rag, just to make sure that not that or wood chops from drumsticks. I won't do the cleaning maintenance because I don't think it really matters right now. Maybe I will do in the future, but for now I will check out the bearing heads and clean it. Yes, the bearing heads seems to be fine. I don't see any scratches or any dent in the metal. Everything looks good. Now let's flip this bearing. See the bottom. But nice. Bottom side. Now let's flip this over, and now I will use the remote. This is a used one, but it's in fairly good condition, I should say, and align it with, no, I won't align it with the logo because I like the string to be on my leg side, so I will align it right there. And now, as before, I'm going to lubricate the tension rods with white lithium grease, and we'll do the exact same thing as before. We do this download thing here, and this will hold the tuning better, in my opinion. On my Star Classic set right here, I used this download and also the stainless steel washers that Tama makes, and on top of that I use the tension locks by Tama on all my drums, right? Stains. The washer here, plastic one inserted the, so we use the plastic one as well. Where is it? Yes. As I said before, this is an 8-lug snare. The snare is as metal as it goes. Strings. Okay. Probably the previous owner did some things here to these screws, but I don't care. Now let's use the white lithium grease, just a pin drop, and everything is fine. It was a little bit, but I will clean the lugs, the screws later. Also, I'm going to tune this bad Larry here. See, Mike Mangini, dude, I keep saying this bad Larry thing all the time. This is on you. I'm telling you, man. And also, one thing to remember is that the lugs, the screws that are closer to your heading area are the ones that detune the most, so you have to check them every now and then. See what I did there? Now and then, you know, the Black Beatles song. Doing many things today. I'm on fire. Fire. Going to fire. No, crazy world of Arthur Brown. If you don't, you should. Good stuff from the 60s. You know. Right. One more, then I'm going to tune this snare top head, and then we are going together, we're going to listen how it sounds. I will make the changes. We'll put it on my Star Plastic set, and I will let you hear how this 14 by 5.5 inches snare sounds like. Now I'm on the finger tight area. Alright, by one drum key. And both keys. Right. One thing that bothers me is that here, the top part of the snare strainer, it is missing the rubber knob. I didn't know that before I bought this, because the guy sent this stuff to me, and his photos, probably I should ask for more photos. That's on me. He didn't mention any disinfects, but it works, so that's fine by me. Now we're starting with the a quarter of a twist on each lug. You see that I do more, but this is because I'm feeling the tension to be exactly the same on both sides. And now you can probably see that I'm doing this thing around. This is the penny grip method. As far as key is concerned, if you're using both keys, it really doesn't matter if you do a cross pattern or a star-shaped pattern. So I'm going with that. And also you can fine-tune your snare later. Now I think it is in a pretty good spot. So a couple of turns, and this bad boy should be ready to go. I also use this gel right here. These are the Chinese made ones because they are dirt cheap. I believe I bought a pack of 56 48, and it was only €5, I believe. And their upside, it's not sticky at all, which is great. You know, the other brands used to have both sides sticky, and they get really messy, and after a while the gel starts to melt, which is very annoying. That is why I use this one. So now I think the snare is ready to go. Let me hit it a little bit. Oh, that's my boy. So now I will let you hear the snare drum when I set it up with the microphone. So stay tuned for this. With the magic of video editing, you will going to hear the snare right now.